guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing the Cursed Child tag, which is based on the new 8th Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. This was originally created by Peter Clark, the writer. I wasn't tagged by anyone, but when I realized that there was a tag video on Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, I realized I just had to do it. I really love the questions. They're very well thought out. Now, I will let you know that if you haven't read this book, some of these questions do contain spoilers. There are 15 questions, and let's get started. Question number 1, time turner. If you could go back in time and change something from your past, what would it be? I don't think I would go back and change anything too significantly, since we do learn in the Cursed Child that changing just even a minor thing can really impact the future. So I think I'm going to, just because this happened to me the other day, but you know those days where you eat a lot of sweets, like you accidentally eat an entire bag of like gummy worms, which I did that the other day. I accidentally ate an entire bag of the sour gummy worms, and after that my stomach hurt so bad for hours. So I definitely think I'm gonna go back in time into all of those moments and stop myself from eating so much junk food and making myself sick. Question number 2, GODRIC'S HALLOW. If you had to be stuck in another time period, which one would you choose? I'm gonna go back to the time period when I was in elementary school and I had no care in the world. You know, what were bills? What was work? All that my friends and I were worried about were keeping our gigapets alive. And as far as going back to a time period where I wasn't alive, I would really like to go back to New York City in the 1920s. I'm currently reading Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray, and I really want to go back to the 1920s. I really like the style, the way they spoke. It just sounds like so much fun. Question number 3, Harry's parenting skills. Do you get along with your parents? Do you think you would make a good parent or not? I am very lucky and I do get along with both my parents. I am really close with my mom and my dad, and so I think I would make a pretty good parent just because I've had the best role models. Question number 4, moldy blanket. A gift someone gave you that you immediately wanted to give back. The only thing that really comes to mind, and to be quite honest, I don't really remember this that much, but when I was about 4 or 5 years old, I was given the movie Miracle on 31st Street for Christmas by a really good family friend of ours, and we have this on video, like home videos, and the second I opened it, I like dropped the movie on the floor and I started crying, saying I really didn't like that movie and I didn't want it, and I had never seen it. I mean, I was 4. I probably wanted, you know, like a toy or something, but my mom and I ended up watching that movie like the next day, and I ended up loving it. It is still to this day one of my favorite movies. So that's the only time that I can really think of where I was given something and immediately I didn't want it. Question number 5, HERNIONISTER of magic. What is your dream job and are you pursuing it? My dream job, you know, this is if I had the money and I could afford it. I would love, of course, to own a little bookshop with like a coffee shop inside of it as well. But unfortunately, no, I'm not pursuing this. This is kind of if I win the lottery type dream job. Question number 6, Ron's gut. What's your favorite food that's covered in gravy? I love mashed potatoes. Actually, any type of potatoes. French fries, hash browns, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes. I really love potatoes. Question 7, Draco's redemption. Have you changed your opinion of someone as you got to know them? Yes, I think everyone always deserves a second chance. Question number 8, paint and memory. What's a painting that talks to you? There is a picture that I have. It's me, my husband, my brother, and my sister, and I really love that picture. It was taken when me and my husband first started dating like 5.5 years ago, almost 6 years ago, and I really like that picture because it's fun to look back at the beginning and see how well my husband really get along with my siblings. Question number 9, North Westeros. Would you mind being the cursed child of a celebrity having to always live in their shadow? No, I usually like to hang around in the background honestly, YouTube is kind of the most unlike me thing that I've done. I usually keep to myself if I'm, you know, at the airport or a bus stop or something. I'm usually just reading. I don't really converse with people. I like to keep to myself. So I definitely wouldn't want to be the child of a celebrity. Question 10, scarring flashbacks. Which of Harry's flashbacks that were rudely interrupted by Voldemort did you enjoy revisiting the most? I really enjoyed the flashbacks where we revisited Harry as a child. When we're first introduced to Harry Potter, he is 11 years old, and we do get to see how mean the Dursleys treat him, but we never saw how badly he was treated when he was young. I mean, we assume he was treated pretty poorly since, you know, he's treated badly at 11. So that was really interesting when we saw him and Petunia interacting and how just cruel and mean they were to him. Question 11, saving Cedric. If you could save one Harry Potter character from their awful fate, who would it be? Definitely Sirius Black. And I know that Sirius Black dying has a tremendous impact on Harry, and I know it really like moves the story along, but honestly, I feel like there is so many ways around it, and we could have kept Sirius Black alive. We didn't have enough books with him. We were introduced to Sirius Black in the 3rd book, and then he died in the 5th book. I also wish that we would have had gotten more from Sirius Black because he's one of my favorite characters. Question 12, a lot to live up to. Out of Rose, James, Lily, Albus, and Scorpius, who are you the most like? I'd say I'm most like Scorpius. I'm pretty nerdy, and I'm pretty book smart, I'd like to consider myself. I can keep to myself. I have like a handful of really good friends, but I also, you know, can be outgoing, like Scorpius kind of broke out of his shell. Yeah. I'd say I'm like Scorpius. Question 13, shy Scorpius. A time in your life when you were unsure of yourself. Definitely high school. Like I said, YouTube is the most outgoing thing that I have really done, and still, I mean, it's easy because I'm talking to a camera and then I'm posting it online. If I had people watching me talk, I don't think I could do it, but the fact that I'm talking to a camera, it makes it a lot easier. But definitely high school. I feel like we're all a little lost in, you know, junior high, high school. It's an interesting period because you're going from 14, and that's pretty young, to 18, pretty much being an adult. Question 14, angsty Albus. The Cursed Child has divided many fans, as Albus is divided with many aspects of his life. Did you like or dislike the Cursed Child, and what's the main reason for your answers? So I'm really torn with this question. I did do 2 reviews on the Cursed Child. I will link them down below. I liked the idea of the book. I really liked the story continuing on. I mean, I love Harry Potter, so of course more Harry Potter stuff just is, you know, it's amazing. I love more Harry Potter, but I don't like the way it was executed. I had a lot of problems with the plot. I like the idea of the plot, you know, going back in time and being able to revisit different what ifs, you know, how things could have happened, but there were so many problems with the plot and holes with the time turning, and had a lot of trouble with the characters that I really couldn't get over. So in my review, I gave the book, I believe, maybe a 3.5 out of 5 stars, or maybe a 3 out of 5 stars, but sometimes the more I think about it, the reason I gave it such a high rating is because of the idea. You know, it is Harry Potter, so I want to give it a higher rating. But I mean, honestly, this is not really a book that I'm going to reread. So I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I disliked it and I liked it. It's a tough question. I myself am divided with this question. And question 15, epilogue. Do you want Harry Potter story to still continue on somehow? Yes, definitely. I want more Harry Potter, but I think it would be a lot of fun to get kind of prequel of Harry Potter, which is funny because I'm not a huge like prequel fan. I think it would be really interesting to learn more about Harry's parents, or I also maybe would like to see kind of the transition from what happened between like the ending of the 7th book and the epilogue of the 7th book, because we go from, you know, the Battle of Hogwarts and defeating Voldemort to 19 years later. And bonus question, are you the son or daughter of the Dark Lord? Gosh, I don't think I'd be able to pull that off at all. Alright everyone, well that is it for the Cursed Child tag. I really hope you enjoyed it. I will be looking to tag some people, but first I need to see who's read this book since these questions do contain spoilers. But if you've read it and you want to do it, then definitely do and say I tagged you. And comment down below letting me know which character you would want to go back in time and save. I hope you all have a great night and I will see you next time with another video. Bye!